Ducati vs Honda, Italy vs Spain. Pecco claims maiden victory in a spectacular battle versus the 8-time world champion at Motorland. After a trio of second-place finishes in 2021, Francesco Bagnaia, Ducati Lenovo team, is finally a MotoGP winner after emerging victorious from an enthralling Gran Premio de Aragon battle with Marc Marquez, Repsol Honda team. The duo were in a league of their own on Sunday afternoon as the 25-point haul fight goes down to the wire. Reigning world champion Joan Mir, Team Suzuki X-Star, claims the final podium spot in P3. As the lights went out for the main event in Aragon, pole-sitter Bagnaia got away well and held P1 into turn 1, with Jack Miller, Ducati Lenovo team, going in a bit deep up the inside. This allowed Marc Marquez to grab P2 from 4th on the grid. Aleix Espargaro, Aprilia Racing Team Gresini, was up to P4 with Fabio Quartararo, Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP, 5th. Alex Marquez, LCR Honda Castrol, was down at turn 5 on the opening lap. The 2020 podium finisher gingerly walked away, as the rest of the riders completed lap 1. Mir and Jorge Martin, Pramac Racing, passed the Frenchman as Quartararo slipped into the clutches of 8th place Brad Binder, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. Quartararo was 7th and had the rapid starting Iker Lecuona, Tech 3 KTM Factory Racing, climbing all over him, and at the end of lap 6, Lecuona was through. A couple of laps later, another KTM was ahead, Binder following Lecuona through. Quartararo was down to P9. The Aussie was wide, which allowed Aleix Espargaro and Mir to cut through. The reigning world champion then soon got the better of Espargaro for P3. Bagnaia and Marquez were exchanging 1:48s lap after lap, with the rest languishing in the 1:49s and below. Then, with 3 laps to go, the first move was made by Marquez. Marquez then shoved his RC213V up the inside at turn 15, but again, Pecco got the cutback and held P1. The exact same thing happened on the same lap at turn 15, but again, Bagnaia carved back past. Marquez tried his luck at turn 1 this time, but it didn't stick. Turn 5 then reared its head, and for the 3rd lap in a row, Marquez was up the inside, before Pecco fought back. Struggling to get it hooked up to the apex, Marquez was wide and onto the green turf, which allowed Pecco to hold P1. With Marquez as wide as he was, it was battle 1 for Pecco. Aleix Espargaro couldn't hold on to the reins of Mir in the closing stages, but a P4 is another excellent ride from the Spaniard. Miller couldn't recover from his mistake and finished a lonely 5th, as reigning Moto2 world champion Enea Bastianini, of India Sponsorama, claims 6th for his best Premier Class result. A tricky day at the office for the World Championship leader, his second worst result of the season, but his lead is still a healthy 53 points with 5 races to go. Martin took P9 less than a tenth behind Quartararo, with Takaki Nakagami, LCR Honda Idemitsu, taking 10th in the same pack. Lecuona made a mistake with a handful of laps to go, saw the Spaniard slip outside the top 10. It was nevertheless a great ride from the 21-year-old, as Alex Rins, Team Suzuki X-Star, pocketed P12 from P20 on the grid. Paul Espargaro, Repsol Honda team, had a quiet day and finished P13 ahead of Miguel Oliveira, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing, and 15th place Danilo Petrucci, Tech 3 KTM Factory Racing. Cal Crutchlow, Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP, and Johan Zarco, Pramac Racing, were P16 and P17 respectively, with Maverick Vinales taking P18 on his Aprilia Racing Team Gresini debut. A magnificent Motorland battle sees Bagnaia finally claim that illustrious first MotoGP win. Francesco Bagnaia, Ducati Lenovo Team 2.